Looking back on your life, how many times have you looked at something and said, if I'd only known that and I had done this, how much better your life would be, how much more money you would have made? Well, what I hope to do in this video today is connect the dots for you so that you can see what's about to happen and how you can put yourself in a position to become a multimillionaire because you understood the change that is happening in the real estate landscape right now as we speak. The wake-up call that I'm going to deliver to you today, that you're in a position to put together a small down payment to buy some real estate and be in a position to capitalize on the explosion that's about to happen in the real estate market. And that if you can just see this and follow the money, follow Wall Street. Wall Street will tell you where to go if you can see where they're going. They don't publicize this, but I'm going to show you today how you can become a millionaire if you'll do a few things to educate yourself and to put yourself in a position to take advantage of all the changes that are about to happen in our society here in the United States and around the world because of a few events that are happening. Now, this is not financial advice. This is Kerry sharing his knowledge. Kerry's a retired financial advisor. He's 77 years old. He's been involved in investing all of his life, and now he sees a change. And change is what creates opportunity for those who recognize the change. This is going to be a two-part video. Today's video, I'm going to tell you about the change. And in tomorrow's video, I'm going to tell you the steps you need to take to capitalize on this change and to put yourself in the position to sit back and collect the money that's going to be coming to those who recognize the change. Talk to you in just a second.
Best of Us Investors presents Kerry Griegmeyer.
First of all, you need to understand a few things. Let's start with 90% of all millionaires made their fortunes through real estate. More money has been made in real estate than all other industrial investments combined. Yeah, did you know that? Did you realize that real estate is the tax-advantaged method of becoming a millionaire? If you've got time, and if you've got insight, and if you have a plan to make it happen. Baby boomers are living longer than they were expected to, and they're creating an issue. They're not dying, and they're not making their houses available. So there is a 4 million home shortage in the United States right now because the baby boomers didn't die as we had planned them. They're living longer. Add to that the fact that as a result of the subprime crisis back in 2008, 2009, there was a stoppage, a abrupt stoppage of home building, and we haven't recovered from that. We haven't gotten up to speed. So that, with the fact that baby boomers aren't dying as we planned, there's a 4 million home shortage in the United States. So there's a greater demand for real estate than there is a supply. The medical world, as a result of the corona crisis, is finding cures faster than ever for disease. As a result of genome sequencing and genome editing, we are curing disease. I just read an article in a Men's Health magazine last night that told me about a company that I own, Illumina, who owns another company called Grail, that has developed a blood test that has just recently been approved by Medicare in California that will identify 50 forms of cancer in your body. And another company by the name of Forome that has developed another blood test that will find another 50 kinds of cancer in your body. And that is projected as a result of these two companies having these blood tests, we will eliminate the death rate by 85% of those people who die today from cancer. Well, right now, today, roughly 1,236 people die of cancer every day. 1,236 people die of cancer in the United States every day. Well, if we eliminate roughly 85% of those deaths, and they don't die. And most of these people who die of cancer are between the ages of 55 and 75 years of age. They aren't going to sell their homes. So that 4 million home shortage is going to grow even more rapidly as medical cure becomes a part of our society. So what I'm telling you is there is a rapidly growing shortage of homes in the United States. Well, guess who figured this out? Wall Street figured it out. I did a video back on March 23rd. Look it up. Here's the thumbnail of it. And I explained to you the program that I saw on 60 Minutes just the Sunday prior to that, where they explained there are 3 corporations that are going around buying up as many homes as they can in the United States, single-family homes, and turning them into rental property. That's right, rental property. Because Wall Street woke up and said, hey, we can invest in builders who build homes and turn around and sell them, and we can share in the profits that the builder made of the homes, or we can build the homes and then rent them and increase the rent as the shortage grows even higher and make even higher profits, and we can create an investment vehicle that replaces bonds that you get a 3% coupon on into a rental real estate investment firm that pays a 10% premium. And we can suck in all this money that we created in the last 3 years, the $10 trillion that is looking for a place to be invested that will give a good return, and we can buy up these single-family homes and rent them rather than sell them and keep an ongoing stream of income. This is what Wall Street is doing. They are actually going to take the American dream and say the American dream is no longer about owning a home and owning your piece of land in the United States and appreciating. No, we're going to take that away from you, and we're going to own the homes and only make those homes available to you through rental. Oh, they couldn't do that. Well, what if I told you in the last year, 70% of the single-family homes sold in the state or in the city of Atlanta were all cash purchases? That's right. They came sight unseen and bought 70% of the homes in Atlanta for cash. Well, who did that? Wall Street did that. Wall Street is going to take the American dream and say, no, it's not own a home and build equity in that home. No, it's now the American dream is, please rent me a home so that you can build the equity and you can raise the rent on me as inflation comes, and we change the landscape of the real estate industry. This is happening. Watch the video I did on March 23rd and learn what is happening in the world that you live in. Connect those dots so that in the next 10 years you don't say, oh, if I had only recognized what was happening, how I could have profited from it. No, you now recognize what has happened. So the only question is, how are you going to profit from it? You're going to need to become a landlord. You're going to need to follow Wall Street's lead. You're going to need to say, how can I go compete with Wall Street and buy that home in that new neighborhood, or that neighborhood that is changing, that is going to grow? How can I identify the house in that neighborhood that is the right house for me to buy and become the landlord? Well, I can't afford to buy a $200,000 home. Well, if you have $25,000, or you can put together $25,000 from that baby boomer who is not going to sell their house, but is your grandfather who does have some money and can help you become a landlord. You can do it, but you have to know how to do it. You have to know whether this is the house or that is the house I should buy. Which is the house that is going to give me the return that I need, that is going to give me the appreciation that I need? How am I going to work with a banker or a mortgage broker to put this together? And then when I do it, I don't want to get a 3 o'clock in the morning phone call saying that the toilet is flushed. So how do I avoid that? How do I put together all this together so it's just passive income, so that all I do is put up the $25,000 and then collect the checks for the next 20 years, and then end up with a tax advantage over those 25 years, and then also appreciate the value of the house? So that $200,000 house in the next 30 years, 20 years, turns into a $800,000 home. And all of a sudden, I've done that year after year, and now I'm a multimillionaire. And all I had to do was put together $25,000 as a down payment, and then put together a team to do that. That's what tomorrow's video is going to be about: how to put yourself in the position to beat Wall Street at buying those homes that are down the street from you. Now, is this for real? Yeah, right down 3 miles from my house right now, they're clearing land. On one corner, they're building a shopping center. On the other corner, they're putting up 500 to 700 homes that are only going to be for rent. Who's doing that? A Wall Street corporation. My story to you is, you come across the road on the other corner and you buy that single family home that's available right now for $200,000, because the world hasn't recognized that Atlanta, they're buying homes for 70% of them. But over here in Birmingham, 150 miles away, Wall Street hasn't arrived yet. And maybe that's true in Paducah, Kentucky. Or maybe that's true in another state, in Florida, where there are 7 states in the United States of 50 states that are very friendly to landlords. All you have to do is to find the knowledgeable real estate agents, the knowledgeable mortgage broker, the knowledgeable property manager to take your $25,000 and turn you into a passive real estate investor, to follow the money of Wall Street. And that's what I'm going to do in tomorrow's video. I'm going to tell you about the real estate course that I've been working on for the last year, because I've seen this coming. I am a baby boomer. I know that we're curing disease. I know that I'm not willing to give up my house. I know that my house is becoming more and more valuable as this shortage of 4 million homes in the United States grows to 8 million homes. And that's what's going to happen. And again, it's going to be happening because I'm not going to die as I was scheduled to die 2 years from now. My life expectancy is 79 years of age, but I'm healthy and I'm not going to reach the quota. So my house is not going on the market. In fact, right now, 2 years ago, there were at least 5 homes within a 3-mile radius of my house for sale. Today, there are none. There are none because we baby boomers are not moving. We're not downsizing. In fact, if you'll read this week's Wall Street Journal, you'll find we're not going to those retirement communities. We don't want to live around a bunch of old people. We want to live around young people. We want to be vibrant, particularly after we have been shut down for 2 years. We want to stay where we're at, get involved in the community that we're in, and continue our life. So you aren't going to get my house. Now you've connected the dots. Now you see the opportunity. Yes, there's a tremendous opportunity in the stock market, but this is a gift from Wall Street. They're showing you the way, and I just connected the dots for you. Now, tomorrow, I'll tell you more about my course. I'll tell you how I will teach you to build that team you need. I will teach you, I will give you an Excel spreadsheet that all you have to do is plug the numbers in on a house and know what the house, whether you're in the right neighborhood, and determine this is the house I want to buy, this isn't the house I want to buy, or if it isn't, at what price would it be attractive for me? Okay, that's my message for you today. The world is changing. It's changing on many fronts. But right now, the real estate market is about to explode if you're in the right place. If you're in the wrong place, Wall Street's going to take away your dream. You aren't going to be able to buy a house because you don't have $200,000 or you don't have $300,000 or $400,000 to pay cash today. Close in 11 days. No, you've got to go get finance from the bank. Wall Street's going to pull the rug out from under you unless you get ahead of them. Talk to you about the plan I've got for you, the course I've got for you tomorrow.